recommend leaving it for nighttime. And besides that, your most important relationship should be the one that you focus on first thing in the. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. And today I want to give you all tips on how you can make sure you get your devotional time in with God. I feel like this is a very important topic because especially as moms, when we have so many things to do, it can be really hard to get that time in. So I have ways that I make sure that I get that time in every day, and I have the list on my phone, so I wouldn't come on camera rambling today. I didn't really speak for other people. I mean, you can use these tips if you're not a mom, but as a mom, the dynamics are a little different. And of course, my dynamics are, I have 6 children. They range in age from 14 down to a 1-year-old set of twins. So everyone's dynamics are different, and I understand that everything does not work for everybody. So I'm going to give you tips that I've been using, and this system right here has been working for me ever since, I want to say, my twins were about 6 months old. I'll explain as I go through the list. So my first tip is something that is not popular because everyone doesn't like to do it, but it's wake up earlier. I wake up earlier to get everything I need to get done that I can't get done with everyone else around me. I feel like waking up earlier, even like 2 hours earlier, is best. Now, when babies are little, they wake up whenever they want. They're not really on a set schedule. So sometimes they would wake up before me, and I was like, oh well, no. But waking up earlier before them will help to get that time in the morning. And then you would set up a time. In my notes here, I have set up an appointment. I know, like, an appointment is like, oh my gosh, set up an appointment, but we set appointments to do everything else in life. We set appointments for all the important things in our life we don't want to forget to do. Going to having a doctor's appointment, you know, we have an appointment with one of our kids' teachers, you know, but we have to set up an appointment for the most important relationship that we have. So I am all for setting up appointment times with God. You set up an appointment time, you have to know what you're going to do when you get to that appointment. So basically, what I mean by that is saying, how are you going to start your time? If you just wake up early and you're like, okay, I'm up, what do? You know, you don't want to come out and just sit on the couch and just sit there. Have like a game plan, have something that you're going to do, have a way you're going to start out. It could be with a devotional, it could be with, you know, in your, if you have a planner, right, you know, what book of the Bible you want to go through that day or that month, and go from there. It can be starting out just with prayer time, but I believe you should have something to outline how you want to spend your time. When my babies were smaller and they would wake up before me, what I would do is, I was nursing them, I still am, but what I would do is I would pull up the Bible app on my phone and read while I was still in the bed. That way, even if I couldn't get up that early, I would still have that time that I spent, even though it was a little interrupted. It's not the same undivided attention that I should give it, but it's still something. Don't be so hard on yourself. Like, that is such a major key. Like, do not be hard on yourself. Do not start with the guilt trips, because yeah, don't do it. Reading the Bible in the morning with an app. There's an app on it's on iOS. I have an Apple phone. I'm pretty sure it's on Android also, but it's called The First 5. And I think it's put out, pull it up. I think it was put up by Proverbs 31 Ministries. That's what it's put, and so they have a devotion where it's the first 5, and it has your devotion that it gives you, and then it has the Bible reading of the day in the first 5. So in the first 5 apps. So apps are very, especially if you are stuck in the bed with babies or sitting there nursing babies. When my babies were nursing all the time, I watched so much Netflix. and so many TV shows. Like, I would have the opportunity to watch so much stuff. I know that because now I watch nothing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I used to watch so much TV. But if I would have just pulled up my app while I was doing that, it would have just, you know, made things a little bit better. I'm pretty sure it would have. So yeah, pull up the app. If you're nursing your baby, just pull it up, read it really quick. Pulling out a regular Bible is a little bit challenging with kids all together. I'll get to that in a second. Another tip I have is leave a devotional in the bathroom. I know going to the bathroom as a mom is still like, you're still a mom. I mean, I have my kids giving me papers to sign in the bathroom, knocking on the door, putting their little fingers under the door. They do all that stuff. But just stick one maybe under your bathroom sink just in case you have a few minutes, and just read that while you're in there as a few seconds, like a minute or two. It doesn't take long. I believe in using every single minute I have to fill it up with something that is going to help me throughout the day. There's no, you know, there should be some time that you can, if you can, there's always some time. That's why I'm big on like writing down your schedule, because you always usually can find a little 5-minute window of time. So I digress, but yes, leave a devotional in your bathroom underneath your sink. Another way you can get your devotional time in is if you're a stay-at-home mom, give your children like a devotional time, and then at that devotional time that they have, you do your devotional at that same time. So you guys have a devotional time together. You set them up maybe with, it depends on how small they are, but give them like a coloring paper or page, or give them something to write or reflect on. And then while they're doing that, then you do what your devotional time is. Some things that I don't recommend doing, leaving it for nighttime. The reason I don't recommend leaving it for nighttime is because moms are tired at nighttime, and the last thing we want to do is sit and open the Bible and read it, or sit and, you know, pray, because we're gonna fall asleep because we're tired, and that's okay. So that's why I don't recommend leaving it for nighttime at all. It's not even an option for me. Back before, I remember I like to usually read right before I go to bed and when I woke up, but I fall asleep at nighttime, so I'm not going to leave that time for that, because I'm going to fall asleep. So I don't recommend leaving it for nighttime. And besides that, your most important relationship should be the one that you focus on first thing in the day. So that's why I always say leave it for the first time. It should be in the first time of the day. If you can't get it in the first time of the day, have a scheduled time, nap time. If you have different dynamics where you have your kids are in a nap time, you can fit it in there. I'm a stay-at-home working mom, so I work during my nap times. So like I said, for me, first time of the day is the time that's prime real estate in my day. So that's when I own. Things that did not work for me that may work for you is when your children are playing during the day, sitting on the couch while they're playing and doing it. The reason this doesn't work for me, it might work for you, you could try it, but it didn't work for me because anytime I would sit down and try to do anything for myself, they came over to me like, oh, it's playtime. I don't even sit, because anytime I do sit down, they think that it's like, okay, it's time for me. It's kind of like when you go on a phone and all of a sudden they need you for every little thing. So doing it when they're playing and stuff, it just didn't work. But that is, if it works for you, then that's a good option for you to use. At the end of the day, whatever works for you, do it, because it's whenever you can do it. But these were my tips on how to, so these are my 4 tips. I guess I should have gave you 5. What's my 5th? Okay, yeah, it was 5 tips, because the 5th one was sitting down on the couch when your kids are playing, but I don't think that's gonna work. But if it works for you, let me know, because all kids are different, so I don't know. But those are my 4/5 tips on how to make sure you get your devotional time in the daytime, so that your day will go a million times better. Because we all know when we start our day off like that, our days go a million times better. Not saying that stuff doesn't happen, it's just the way you react to them is differently, but that's a whole nother video. Alright, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know, and I will definitely do them. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. Oh my gosh, so I had another tip that was not mine, but it was a recommendation that someone else left, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so smart. But her recommendation is, if you're married, but you can have your significant other come and take the kids for some time, like when they come home from work, or maybe even an hour after dinner, or like for like a couple of minutes, and give the busy mom some time to actually do that. So that is like, I didn't think of that, and that was like really smart. So bonus tip, if you can do that, have someone take your kids for like 20 minutes outside so that you can spend that time with God. And don't wash your dishes when they're gone. Like, actually do that, because I know as moms, like, you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Let's do that.